Hey, my scrappy friends. So I have a video for you today, and this is my December daily. And I had some pages done beforehand, but for the most part now, I have used up the pages that I did before. And so I am doing it day by day. With that said, I don't know. I don't really have a plan. So So I'm just doing each day as I feel, and I'm taking pictures, and then this way I can just put pick a few pictures that I think go with the day, or the pictures that I feel like I most want to use to document the day. Next year, because this is my first year, next year I will definitely have a little bit more plan, but I do kind of like the fact, and as I'm doing this now with not having everything all planned out for most of the days. I do like the fact that I can look through my pictures and say, "Oh, well this is what we did today and this is what I want to document." Not everything is going to be Christmas oriented. A lot of it will probably be, but not everything because a lot of, especially at the beginning of the month, a lot of it has nothing to do with Christmas. So I really want to use gold and reds and pinks because the other side of this page is going to be a Teresa Collins page paper that I cut out to go in my album to add an extra page because I wasn't sure if I was going to have enough pages with the pages that came with my Snap album and the extra pages that I put in. So I'm using the October Afternoon paper, gold stripe paper. It's like a yellow gold. And I really like it. It's really fun. So it will be a little bit of a different color than the gold than the Teresa Collins, but and I'm okay with that. This is an Ellie Studio like date thing, and I'm gonna make a banner out of it, but I'm gonna cover up the date part because I don't need to put that there's what the date is because I already have that three up at the top, and I'm gonna be using those Webster Pages numbers. There was a sheet that had like all different numbers and different colors. So I'm going to be using those and just picking different colors for the day. Like not every day am I using the same color. And I used a lime green before I had did that before I decided what colors. I probably would have did a different color. But I just picked those letter stickers and those are from Bo Bunny. And I got it because it had three different colors on it. And I'm sorry that this is a teeny bit choppy right here. I'm not sure what's going on with my computer, but it was having issues last night when I was trying to do this video. So I just put it off to do it today because thinking maybe I could fix it. I don't know. But so it's just a little choppy. And I tried to cut out the pieces that were really bad. So it does kind of have a little cut as far as what I put. And that tree is also from Teresa Collins. I thought that by adding something that was similar to the other page would help mirror or like connect the pages together and make them flow better. And this paper right here is from October Afternoon as well. I'm not sure if it's from the same collection or and there's pink in it with that gold yellow color. And I know I had a problem at the beginning. You see me, I was talking about other stuff. I was trying to figure out which way I wanted to put that paper because I wasn't sure. I was thinking about maybe using a banner and then I decided not to. And then I just decided not to do a banner at all. So I'm going to cut this red and that's from Pretty Little Bicycle. I think that's from. And the color is really, really nice and rich, and it's going to go really well with the Teresa Collins paper. And I have a problem because I cut it 4x4, and it obviously was way too big. But I had wanted it to be big enough to hold like, a 4x4 picture or, a little bit smaller than a 4x4, but it just wasn't going to work. It was going to cover up but the title that I put in of called Rain and Chili, and I've decided that I probably will name as many pages as I can, just to do a little fun little twist on something that happened during the day. And this is called Rain and Chili because, and this is what I do my journaling about, is the fact that for the prior 3 days, it had rained like almost all day. At night, it would stop, but it would rain like almost all day. And because of that, it was freezing outside. And and I say freezing, and I know you're all gonna laugh, and that's fine because I laugh inside too. Freezing as in like 65 to 70 freezing. It's cold enough for me to need to like wear a sweater and, put my big sweater on and wear it and turn off the ACs in the house and, stuff like that. But, I mean, it's still not cold, but it's chilly. So I made a big pot of chili to have for dinner because I needed to warm up, and my kids were like, we're cold too, and so I thought it would be a nice comforting thing to have. And it kind of actually just put me in the mood for Christmas a little bit because in Hawaii everything is all green, and so sometimes you miss that feeling that Christmas is coming because you don't get those cold days. You don't get the bundled up feeling that much. So when I have cool days like this or days that are gloomy and stuff, it does make me think of the Northeast. And so I do use that tag from Crate Paper that has the red, and it matches the red and the pink on the other side. So that this is the piece that is going to connect to the other side. And then so here I'm looking for a die cut because I'm thinking I want to put something up in the top where I had that other part of the tag that I put up there. And I just used those strips of that paper from the other side to make two little banner things. And I'm going to use that Oh Holy Night card from the Teresa Collins cut aparts. So I'm going to ink the edge of that. And then I think this is when I decide that maybe I want to ink the edge with embossing powder, or like ink the edge and then try to do gold embossing powder, because I have gold embossing powder. Now I have Lindy Stamp Gang Gold, and I don't know. I'm not sure I care for this brand. I really like Lindy Stamp Gang, and I really want to like it. I love the color of it. It's very shiny, but I'm not. I don't know, maybe I'm overheating it or something, or my gun's too close to it. It turned out really, really nice on some of the elements that I did, but it doesn't always turn out nice. So I'm hoping that with me using the the embossing ink on the edges with that red, that it will stick. And it sticks a little, but I think I should have just used my embossing ink, because you don't have to use regular just like clear embossing ink when you do embossing. You can use an ink that dries really slow, and the chalk ink tends to dry slower than some of the other inks, but it just was not, it just dried too fast. So I used my Sakura pen on there a little bit on some of the pieces that I had already on there. So here I'm just taking this and I'm gonna put it in, put the red on there because I kind of want that tinge of red like peeking through. And then, well, at first I was like, well, maybe I'll spray a little bit more. And then I didn't like it because, and then I was like, crap. But I just keep going forward. I'm like, go forward. Doing a lot of mixed media, I find that sometimes you just got to push through it. Now, here's the thing. I really like the way that these turned out because you can see the red, but I just mucked up my Versamark pad. So I'm hoping that that doesn't come out when I go to try to use it on like something clear. We'll have to see. That red just really leaked onto that pad. Now, and as you can see, and I showed this part because I'm trying to hold on to it, and those heat guns get so hot. And then I realize I need to use something to hold this down. So I take that. And so here's a little tip to learn from me. If you're going to heat emboss those wood pieces, make sure you have something like tweezers or something to hold it in place. But I kept my gun a little bit higher up, and I tried not to overheat it so that it wouldn't, I don't know, slide a lot. I didn't want the wet embossing powder to slide when it was hot. So it would evenly coat, and I really like it. And then I put that brad on my card just for something a little bit because I wasn't sure what else I wanted to do on this page. And I'm going to do, what was the other picture that I was going to put on there? Was I going to do the picture of chili? I think I was going to do a picture of chili on there, if I remember correctly. And see, and now, and this is why you got to print your pictures off the day. But guess what? I don't have ink, so go figure. My ink runs out right when I'm going to do my December daily, right? So I believe that all I was going to do is do a picture of the rain on the one side and my chili on this side. So I really didn't have that much to take pictures of that day. I mean, I didn't really, we did school and, so I'm not going to document my kids doing school every day because that'd be kind of boring. So, and here I use glossy accents to put those wood on, and that's going to help that stick on there. It's not going anywhere. And then this is when I think, oh, I should put just a few sequins because I'm kind of falling in love with sequins. I don't know how many of you love sequins, but I'm falling in love with them. So I use some red and some gold, and so I'm just going to glue them down. And then in a minute, you're going to see the close-ups minus the pictures. I promise that I will go through and do a flip through of my book because there's going to